Hey everybody, I am back, sort of. It's been a long time since I've made any videos on the Demigod's Ableton tutorials channel. And so I thought I'd explain why, where I've been, what I've been doing, why I stopped making tutorials, what's happened in my life, if I don't know. We'll find that interesting or not, but what I want to do with this channel, what the future of this channel is, how I might move to another channel, start something completely different. I just thought some of you might be interested to know what I've been up to, where I might pivot to, if you like. I've been thinking actually, there's so many Ableton tutorial videos and YouTube creators out there. Do you really need another person like me who isn't a full-time music producer, doesn't have a hit list or doesn't have a back catalogue of smash hits, is really a bedroom producer telling you how to make snare sounds, kick drums, disco loops, how to sample? There is plenty of information out there, and it is really subjective as to what lands with you, who you trust. I don't know about you, but I only follow 2 or 3 people that do Ableton tutorials, and even then I'm very selective about what I watch, if I even watch it at all, because really you're getting the same information that comes in cycles. Oh, I'm going to tell you everything about compression. Oh, I'm going to tell you everything about reverb settings for this, that, and the other. Doesn't matter. Especially now, and I'm just gonna, if you'll entertain me, I just want to talk about how I feel about music now. You know, that I'm in my 40s, mid to late 40s, let's say. My taste hasn't really changed. I've always had a very, very wide range, eclectic interest in all sorts of genres of music, and I've never completely disregarded one genre for any specific reason. I just like what I like, and that could be any genre. I think when it comes to music production, I've steered more towards what I enjoy creating, which has been more house style music. Well, actually, I have 2 music production paths that I tend to follow, and it really depends on my mood. I either want to make a banging house track, like deep house or French house particularly, like new disco, sample-based sidechain pumping music, such as this. I'll insert a bit of B-roll of the tune there, maybe. Or if I'm feeling more introspective, then the other style of music production that I love to do is synthwave. So something a bit more like this. Music production now, I think I get advertised so heavily, different tools that use AI to generate chords or generate melodies, vocals, basically just trying to take as many shortcuts as possible to get to an end result that sounds so generic, just so people can release things, release things relentlessly. Consumption of media is so, it's like McDonald's. The music that gets created now, if you use these tools and if you have an abundance of choice with synths, sample packs, etc. They're much easier for people to make, so there's much more of them. They can be very inexpensive, very throwaway really, and so the more people that use this stuff for churning out content so that they've always got something to upload and push. And it's so easy now to get music on the streaming services. easier than ever. I have a few tracks on Spotify, and I actually thought you'd have to jump through a lot more hoops to get your music on there. I think I did it just directly through SoundCloud, and it was within a matter of days, I'm pretty sure, that I had and have some tracks on there. But I think because the attention span is so short now, the need to keep pumping out, it's made with a mindset that is, this needs to be popular, or it needs to be cool. And it's just absolutely soulless. It might have a good beat. I'm not taking away that there might be some reasonable hooks, let's say, that are catchy. I was in the gym the other day, and I put on Smashing Pumpkins' Siamese Dream album. And then when I was about 15 or 16, I think, when that album came out, grunge was pretty big, but I was really into guitar music. I still am. I mean, that album is fantastic, but it's the production. Like, I listened to this. There's this rock band, Japanese rock band, One OK Rock, is it? Something like that. Sorry if that's wrong. Musically, it was impressive, and the guy has got a great voice. But his voice is like a synthesizer. You know, there's no sort of human elements to it. It's like a synth. Like, every note is perfect, and it goes from all of these like perfect notes. I don't know if that's a stylistic thing, but it's, after 2 or 3 songs, it's so draining. Like, it's compressed to hell. There's no dynamic range. Everything is loud the whole way through, and everything is perfect. And it's like McDonald's music. Like, you eat enough of it at first, it's like, oh, this is tasty and moreish. But then pretty quickly after that, you've had enough. You feel sick. I don't know if that's the perfect analogy, but you know, you go back and you listen to something like Siamese Dream by the Smashing Pumpkins, or any albums that were pieced together by musicians. They're, as opposed to McDonald's, it's more like a home-cooked meal, and you can discern between the different instruments. There's so many more dynamics. So you can consume like a whole album and enjoy it slowly, as opposed to McDonald's music. Which is all right, to have a box of chicken nuggets every now and again, but you don't want to do a supersize me and have, McDonald's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Anyway, what am I talking about? Where am I going with all this? Got off on a bit of a tangent, which is what I'm known for. But I do want to continue making content. I want to make some new content, some interesting content. So I guess the last few years I stopped making tutorials because I thought, what is the point of this? The audience, not great. I don't know, maybe I just ran out of ideas. And you know what, I stopped doing Ableton tutorials before the likes of ChatGPT, Claude, Google Gemini, and the AI chat apps and agents that we are pretty au fait with now, that can help us generate ideas. I would have, quite possibly carried on had I had some help with ideas. Trying to do everything yourself all the time you can only take things so far. I mean, that combined with just time, really. I when I was doing those tutorials, I was self-employed, and I had more time in the day to do that, and to do the editing, and to upload a bit more regularly. And you get into a flow with it. But I went back to full-time employment, not working for myself, so working for a business. And I've done that actually ever since. So I have a full-time job, a career that I've built up over the last 8 years, working for another business, which is great. But it's meant a lot of my personal passion projects, let's say, they've taken, a back seat. And I've moved house. Life gets in the way of these things a little bit. But I've really missed it, and I've been thinking about making new content again for a long time. So now I'm back, and either I will revive this channel with some new ideas, and I'd love any feedback on this, but I'm interested in making some tutorial videos, but how to actually, because my work background is IT solutions architecture, so I work a lot with AI at the moment, day to day in my job, and building applications, fairly simple vibe-coded applications, is something that is quite top of mind, and I'd love to be able to create some applications that can help music production. So not actually, I'm hopefully not contradicting myself here and talking about making something that I actually was complaining about earlier in the chat. Not to actually generate the music. You know, thoughtless generation of music is awful in my opinion, but actual tools that can help speed up the process maybe, or spark ideas. So I've got a few ideas in the bank, and I'll hopefully upload one here in the next few days. If that sounds good to you, let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. Or if you think I should maybe start a whole new channel on that, also let me know. It's been nice just to talk to you, or talk to the camera at least. Don't know how many people will watch this who might have abandoned me over the last 5 years, which I would completely understand. So all and any feedback is welcome. And yeah, look forward to getting back on the horse. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.